Good afternoon. Today, I will share with you my communication plan for DHEC in an effort to minimize the level of resistance when implementing change within the agency. Change within the agency occurs for various reasons. This can include like staffing adjustments, reassignment of roles and responsibilities amongst the employees, rises or declines in the funding, gaining new technologies, new operations, objectives, and to reach new clients or consumers. Change definitely can generate new opportunities, but at DHEC, most newly implemented changes are frequently met with criticism from the employees that resist the change. Employees at DHEC resist change for various reasons, but the most common reason I identified is employers resisting change due to ineffective management of change and the lack of communication. However, it's in my opinion that with a strong communication plan, DHEC's level of resistance should decrease substantially. There's no such thing, in my opinion, as over-communicating. When you're requesting your employees to change or to change their roles or responsibilities or their daily operations, you must communicate. In order for DHEC to maintain positive feedback from employees and have a successful change management effort, it must take effective communication. I've learned that effective communication during any organizational change requires a well-developed written communication plan. This will just ensure that everyone is on one accord and everything that should take place within the change management process actually takes place. The plan that I would implement is quite simple, but the plan needed for DHEC will include the following. Initially, you must communicate constantly, and this is using various channels because everyone receives information differently, and they can respond better. So using various channels, this can include speaking to the employees directly, writing emails and memorandums, doing videos and training sessions and focus groups. Secondly, communicating everything that is identified about the change. This includes all the decisions being made, objectives, and the development. You must allow time for the employees to ask questions, get clarification, and offer their input. When employees feel involved, they're more likely will be committed to the change. You must clearly outline the agency's vision and goals of the proposed changes. This will help the employees have a clear understanding on how the changes will affect them individually and their job. The communication with the employees has to be a conversation. It can't just be the leaders presenting. You have to have one-on-one conversation with them. Those responsible for managing the change, such as the supervisory team, the managers, team leads, they must, meet with their employees in small groups that will, and let them know what is expected of them. What should they expect with the changes? While meeting in the small groups, the reasons for the changes must be communicated in a manner in which the employees gain a clear understanding of the perspective and what is required of them. Employees will not be able to make changes if they're not clear on what they're changing and what it's going to take of them. It's vital to be able to answer the employees' questions truthfully in sharing all the knowledge of the change. Leaving out information will have everyone confused and not on one accord. The leaders have to listen to the employees' concerns, complaints, and be thoughtful and considerate of their position. Anytime changes are implemented, it could be scary for some people. So leaders must understand the position of the employee and be able to truthfully answer their questions. All those responsible to lead the change efforts must give employees the same information. This avoids uneasiness amongst the staff. We can't have one leader sharing one thing and then another leader sharing something else. We have to be on one accord. Another great part of communication and the communication plan will be interactive workshops. This will also be helpful, enabling the staff to explore the changes as a group. This will allow them to learn more. Working individually is great, but when you learn as a group, someone may ask questions that you didn't think to ask. Training opportunities must be provided prior to the change being implemented, allowing all staff at every level of the agency to partake. Communication must be proactive. Employees should not hear about the changes through the rumor mill. The change efforts must come from the leaders. You have to openly evaluate the measurements that are in place to record the progress of the change efforts. And finally, offer the employees rewards and recognition for positive attitudes and accomplishments during the change efforts, and celebrate each minor win openly. This will definitely decrease the level of resistance. With DHEC implementing a good communication plan similar to what I just shared, it will enable them as the agency to achieve. Planning should always be the first step for pursuing any organizational objectives, and this definitely includes when implementing change. So finally, just to ensure that the organization's level of resistance is minimal, a communication plan is very important. Thank you for listening.